things going. Refresh. All right, waiting for website to load. All right, I missed 51 messages. Oh, come on. All right. I've missed 51 messages. Where are we at? Okay, let me go ahead and switch over. All right, I'm going to get rid of the... Oh, it's already gone. Great. Okay, so I am looking at... First, I got to switch back over to this dash key. So it looks like this was the right solution. So it's this. It's literally just that. Okay, so we're going to go full dash keys here. Where's the inject function? We're going to get rid of the okay, so now okay. What about this? I'm not sure what should be done with this. Okay, so I'm going to have to rethink this a little bit. Dang it. The problem is that I think that they changed the API of SecP 256K1. So we'll have to try it, and if it doesn't work, I know how to fix it. Ish. And I do have myself a nice Big old drink of awesomeness. Okay. So what I'm afraid of is some of these build systems are going to override global this, which makes sense for security reasons. That's going to result in occasionally doing the wrong thing. So, all right, let me grab my security key. Plug it in, plug it in. Oh man, it's so much better than two-factor authentication. So, or not two-factor, the 6-digit codes. So much better. So much better. Hey, what's up? The Neverworld. Whoa! You're following me now on Dash Incubator. Best stream ever. What did I do? I was looking over here and I didn't say anything and that made it the best stream ever? Okay, so I'm getting over here. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm typing in a message here. Did I ever start that boot camp? Unfortunately, no. I did not. Things were moving a little bit more forward for a while because I was getting some help, but we didn't have the oomph. I was hoping to offload the video editing. And so if we could offload the video editing, I could focus on just the content, but I just can't do it. I mean, like, one of my problems is, as they say, the golden handcuffs. I've elevated my lifestyle to a point where I just have to work, and I don't. Anytime that I am mentally in a place where I can be doing focused work, I need to be doing it, which I can't do that 8 hours a day, except for some days. Occasionally I can do it for 12 hours a day, right? But anytime that I'm in that mode, I just have to be doing paid work, and I just make one bad decision after another in terms of time management, money management. I just dig that hole deeper and go from 18 karat handcuffs to 24 karat handcuffs. Pretty soon I'm going to be at 32 karat handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, I definitely didn't have enough signups, but I also didn't do any marketing for it, and I didn't have promotional material to market it. I would love to do it. I'd have to get like $500,000 ahead in the other areas of my life. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so I did release this. So that, I think that this is good now. So I'm going to get out of this one. I'm going to do the other bunch. I do need to make sure that we actually have those PRs up. It's not here. And the other thing is I'm just too angry. I'm just, like, the work that I do, it's really strange because I work in JavaScript because JavaScript can work anywhere. I want to be working in Go. I don't want to be working in JavaScript because I hate the community. I just hate it. I hate it. And anything that I would teach would just go against all the grain of the psychopaths that are at the top of the JavaScript community. So there's that. Okay, so I need dash TX dash HT dash phrase. So all of these I need to go make a fix for. Okay. And with this one that I just did, I have a pull request open. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and grab all these. So next I need to do dash HD. I should also take a look real quick at Dash Wallet, see what the packages are for that. But it's good to see you again. My favorite tardigrade on the internet. There's a lot of tardigrades out there, but none compare. So there actually is an online Go bootcamp, or at least it was, boot.dev. And that guy lives around here. I've had lunch with him. He's younger, a little bit more in touch with, how things are. A little bit more positive. He's not been jaded enough yet. He's got lots of spicy tweets on his personal account. But it's boot.dev. And I think he's shifted more towards Python, though, because he he started the thing is, the market drove him towards Python and JavaScript. Because he started, the whole reason he got popular was actually because of his blog on Go. It was called Q Vault. And you might have come across it if you've searched for, you know, engineering level topics. And so Q Vault evolved into boot.dev, but then the market kind of drove him into Python, because you can't provide what people need. You have to provide what people want. And I've made this mistake, seen other people made this mistake. A lot of businesses pivot because they recover from this mistake. But there's what people need and there's what they want. There's what they're searching for and what they should have. And you got to have a lot of marketing money to be able to capture the space of what people are searching for, to get them directed towards the better solution. And so you can look at this like with AWS, right? Terrible tech stack, obnoxious to use. One of the most complicated thing that I have ever used is AWS, right? Well, I mean, Azure's pretty complicated too, but Azure does have some organization to it. AWS is just complete random nonsense, but Azure has some of that too. I don't know. These monolithic platforms, they're just rough. You know, they just... compared to the user experience of DigitalOcean or Heroku, you know, but they've got the marketing budget. So they will tell you that their dumpster fire is the best thing ever. And you'll believe it because you get that message so much. And then they have all these courses they can sell. Like, our stuff's too complicated for you to be able to figure it out, but we'll sell you a certification course. And our certification course is geared on how to select the products that are the least effective, that will cost the most money over time. Then they get more marketing budget. So there is that problem, and how do you solve that problem? Okay, did I get this one with Dash HD? I think that this one is good to go. All right, and this one's bump. Yeah. All right. That's really interesting. Weird. Oh yeah, we are dropping support for Node v18 like a hotcake. Wait, how would this cause something to fail? That doesn't make any sense. There's nothing strange about this. I don't know why that would fail. Eh. I especially don't know how it would fail when these other ones succeed. What did failing after 8 seconds? npm run test. Ah, cannot read property settle of undefined. That's weird, but I'll take it. Okay, let me check out things. Yeah, JavaScript and Python are taking over, but for all the wrong reasons. There's good reasons to use Python, and that's in the classroom. And that's where the good reasons to use Python end. It is a great language to learn. It is a terrible language to use. And JavaScript is a horrific language to learn, but a great language to use. But no one's learning how to use it. You have to learn Go and then JavaScript. If you have not learned Go, you're just not going to be able to navigate JavaScript because you're going to get too caught up in all the fangle-dangle. I've got beef with Next.js. Yeah, you can do React on the server now. Yeah, that's what's been the bane of my existence for the past 2 days because the stupid morons, like, they didn't make it compatible with JavaScript. This is I'm working on this right now specifically for Next.js SSR because in their transpile build environment, they don't respect package.json.browser so that you actually build a separate version for the server and a separate version for the client. So if you need a module, if you need functionality from a module where, for example, and a lot of this isn't the case anymore, but if you need to do text encoding in Node, if you were using Node, I don't know what version it was, but you had to use Node Buffer, which is not available in the browser. But in the browser, you could use text encoder. Now Node has text encoder, so you can use text encoder in Node as well. But there are lots of cases where the browser has a solution that works and works well, and Node gets it later. And so for those cases, you need to be able to say, okay, package.json.browser, Node crypto maps to browser crypto. Node crypto.js maps to browser crypto.js. So you expose the same API to your application, but the implementation details are different. And that is exactly what I'm fighting right now, because after years of this exact same problem that's been solved again and again and again and again, because it doesn't actually exist. This isn't a real problem. This is a problem that these stupid frameworks introduce, and every single new framework reintroduces all of the problems of the other frameworks. It's like they pick one thing to do better and then do everything else just as bad as the old framework used to do before they fix their bugs, or just worse. And it pisses me off. There is no end to the piss-offedness. Anyway. It's just blah. Anyway, we're gonna drop, I think we're gonna have to drop node 16 as well. I could be mistaken about this. But I think we're going to have to drop everything except for node 18 and node 20, which I'm okay with because this is new code for new projects, and it's easy enough for me to say, don't use old node. The problem being, which isn't as much of a problem now, but the caveat being that occasionally some of these projects, so right here, see this? This now needs to be global this.crypto. Because browsers now support global this, whereas before they did not used to support global this. So, and I do agree there is some niceness about, so this one I think is still going to break. I suspect that it's still going to break because these bundlers, they often get confused about node and browser code because what they try to do is smooth over the environment. You don't need to do that. You don't need to include megabytes of node code. All you need, you need a SHA function. Okay, here's the one-liner for node. Here's the one-liner for browser, right? And you just need a page of those. And then, okay, if you wanted to do, but the thing is, they're bringing in these libraries that are a decade old, and then add megabytes to your code, literal megabytes. Your stuff is just not needed. Okay, so this one, I could be wrong here, but it looks like we only need to do that once. Oh, shoot, dog. Okay, so we do have a problem, potentially. No, we're going to get rid of this. If not crypto.subtle, we're kicking it out. I think I'm just going to comment it out for now. Because I like having that there for reference, but we don't need it anymore. Node crypto is all but dead. Node crypto does have its place because it's a lot more performant. Web crypto is a bad implementation because, as per usual, when you get a committee together, here's the thing. There's a book called Never Split the Difference, and everybody needs to read that book to understand this basic, or you don't need to read the book. You just need this basic principle. Never negotiate, or sorry, not never negotiate, never compromise. Because compromise is always a lose-lose. It means you don't get what you want and I don't get what I want. Compromise is going to yield the worst. What you do instead, if you're talking about kids on the playground, is you take turns. Or let's see, that looks right. I'll just get rid of it. These were nice things to have once upon a time. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Let it go. Let it go. I put all that work into getting these things to work, and then, you know, in the time period that I wrote this code, Node has been updated, thankfully. And that's really good news. So a lot of the shims that I had in there, they're just not necessary anymore. Okay. But it's frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. It's not as bad as it used to be because you can tell people, okay, upgrade your version of Node. And that's generally acceptable these days because Node very rarely makes breaking changes. I say that with some hesitance, but it's like the API is pretty solid at this point. It compared to where it was. I don't know for the average person what their experience is. But compared to the way things were back in the v.4 days, or the v6 days, or the v up until about, I think around v12 is where Node started to get really stable. And I think around v8 or so, it was fairly stable. Around v12, it started to get really stable. Right at the end of its hype cycle. No one cares about it anymore. All right. Drop legacy node support. I'm doing it. I don't suspect what I was going to say is, like, we should not have to drop support for Node v14 or Node v16. We shouldn't have to. We can, but we shouldn't have to. That's part of my frustration here, is that that Next.js should be able to support a version of Node that's 2 years old. That's not a long time. So having to drop every module that supports a Node version that's more than 2 years old is just ridiculous. We don't move that fast. And we don't need to. We just don't need to. Not everything needs to be. If something's a decade old and you've got to carry it, the other thing is, what's the weight? We're talking about, I've got a few lines of code that are extra that just need to be switched. It doesn't have to do anything other than read package.json.browser. And then when it comes into a certain path, it just picks the file that I tell it to for the environment. So if it's reading the path out for the server, boom, follows the path. If it's reading the path out for the browser, boom, follows the path. That's all it needs to do. Okay, I don't know why. Oh no. All right, this will be interesting to see. Node V18 is failing. Huh. That's weird. I just tested this in Node V18 locally and it worked. But I'm going to go with it because we don't have... it would be nice to see how many people this is going to affect to decide maybe I should make this a major breaking change. Let's see if we've got... I think this is mostly just us. And we're okay with that. So if somebody else is using this... But that just sucks. That just sucks to say either we can support Next or we can support... I don't know. That's it's just dumb. It's just dumb that we have to make the choice. And the thing that really sucks about this that I don't like doing is that Node v20 is not an LTS release yet. And I think that that's poor engineering. This is a bad choice on my part. But I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place. And because there's just... I think that it's okay in this particular case. That also happens a lot with NPM React modules too. What are you talking about specifically? Even with AI, is software development going to be a good field to be in? Look, AI is so dumb. I know that sometimes it can be really mesmerizing because it's kind of like, okay, imagine this, right? There's ads that run all day long. There's things that go down your news feed, and the AI learns how to predict what you're going to want to click on. right? So when you're looking at things that are generated by AI, it's all about appearances. It's vanity. It's void of value in most cases. Out of the broad spectrum of cases, it's devoid of value in most cases. Within the narrow spectrum of the most asked questions, it can provide value only because it lifts the limitations that search engines have placed upon themselves. So, for example, you can't ask a search engine, what does the letter X mean in the context of Elon Musk? Or what does the letter X mean in the context of algebra? Or what does the letter X mean in the context of whatever chi is used for in mathematics, right? You can't ask that to a search engine, but you can ask that to ChatGPT. And the reason for this is because search engines have failed to do their jobs. They wanted to cater too much towards fuzzy searching and not enough towards exact searching, right? And ChatGPT gives you back flowery language that is constructed in a way that you're likely to like it, not constructed in a way that's likely true. And the same thing with the code. Yes, ask ChatGPT any interview question for which there are tens of thousands of answers across forums from the 1990s on. And it can answer any question no matter how difficult it is, because it's got so many answers to choose from, and they're all exactly the same because it's a specific question with a specific answer. There's no ingenuity, there's no creativity, right? Ask it to do something that is novel, and it cannot do it because it does not have training data to draw from. So if you're doing a business that copies another business and that other business has published how they've done their business, then yes, you could just ask ChatGPT to create that program. It wouldn't work that. Somebody has to direct the work. But it cannot make decisions. It cannot validate trade-offs. So no, software engineering is not going anywhere. Code monkeying may or may not be improved by AI. I think that in many ways it's going to be improved, not because the AI is better, but because search has become so terrible. Because I much prefer to see the correct answers and the wrong answers in context on Stack Overflow, because you can figure out which one's right. ChatGPT is just going to roll the dice and then throw one of the answers at you, but you don't know whether or not it's the right answer. And there's more wrong information on the internet than there is correct information on the internet. So, you got to sift that too. All right. So we dropped Node 20 support, and now we should pass all the tests. All right. Okay. I'm preparing my message here. So this is what I said. To Jojo is going to be reviewing. So I said, Jojo, we drop everything except bleeding edge node support for the Dash tools. This goes against my general policy of support the last 2 years or so, but since there are very few deployments, most of which are ours, and auto required at least node v16 before, in some cases, and typically node v18 to use these tools, I'll let my standards slide. Sucks that we have to break things that work for careless, inconsiderate narcissists. But it's not that many things, and it's not super hard. It's not a super hard sell to tell someone to use node v20 just a little bit before it. V20 just after several patches and just a little before it hits LTS. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Ugh! All right, so that's Dash HD, Dash keys. I need to repeat this for the other ones. Okay, so Dash keys. Does this have the... No, we do not. The tests don't run on this one yet. Okay. I could probably just copy some of this stuff over for the workflow. I think it's the same general workflow. Let's see. What does this look like? Actions, checkout, setup. No, npm install, npm test. So we could run that. It would be cool to do this for... I wonder, is this an array or is this a key value? Sometimes YAML's confusing. I like YAML sometimes, but I don't always like YAML because of its shorthand. If they would have been more explicit that it's either JSON or it's YAML, in fact, I don't think we really need... I think the compatibility is kind of stupid. Because just one or the other. I think there's some cases where you have to use the JSON syntax because there's no way to express it in the YAML syntax. But it just needs to be one or the other so that it's always a certain way and you're not, going back and forth. Like this thing, I probably just lay that out. Anyway. So I think what we're going to do with this one is we're going to narrow this down to v20 as well. So wait, why would this... What is this failing on Dash HD? Okay, no. That one's fine. This one is the one that I'd want to know if it was failing. So, do we have an npm run test for Dash keys? Let me just check that real quick. Before I drop out of here. So, Dash keys. Package.json. Do we have test? No, we don't. Alright, do we have actual tests?
Against endless hordes of relentless mist-born evil blight, I know I'll live somehow and I'll love.
Wait, why would this need... Is that a problem with the test? I think it's a problem with the test. Oh. No, the reason for this is that there's some things that I don't expose. It's lower level stuff in here. All right, let's switch over. Does that work? Okay. That's weird. That's very weird. Huh. Oh, they must be deploying v20.5 right now. I happen to switch versions as they're deploying it. So the manifest is showing us there. The file hasn't been uploaded yet. Interesting. Okay. So let's try this. Let's go ahead and just add, because I want to be able to show test passing. What is it? I always forget. Is it R? One of them, it's like, I think it's RPP or something like that. I need to put this in my cheat sheet. POSIX CP. Because if you want CP to work on BSD, Mac, and Linux, okay, I think that it is RPP. Or it could be P... I think it's RPP. RPP. Okay. RPP. That's it. That's how we're supposed to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go to -hd.github. And I'm going to copy that to GitHub here. And then we're going to change our package.json to say node test.js. All right, let's take a look at our test.js real quick. It's going to require dash keys. And we're going to decode, recode. Yeah, this actually does, this has good enough unit tests. But it kind of has E to E test. That's what I would say. This is not, it's not fully unit tested because it's not, well, it is kind of, it's doing this bit there. But I'm using two different implementations to check it against itself to make sure that it works. And that's good. And it would be nice if I would go back and use the Zorit unit test suite for this. That should work well. But I think I need to do some more code for myself. Just some fun code, because I've been I think it's been 2 weeks since I've done some fun code. And I think writing a JavaScript unit test framework might be something I want to spend my weekend on. Because I was super excited to see Zora, because it's, well, it used to be no dependencies, and now they've allowed crap to creep in. But they don't support async. And it's just, again, it's mind-boggling. How are you going to create a test framework and not support async? It's JavaScript. It's like, this is a fundamental primitive of the language. Again, and you can tell my level of anger. I need to do some code for myself. My anger level is way too high right now. Way too high. Need to do some self-code. Some self-care code. All right. Let's see if the test will pass. I just want to try real quick. Node at 16. Oh, are they deploying that too? Let's try 0.20.0. They may be in the middle of a bunch of deployments. No? Okay. That's weird. Why would it be... That's strange. I wonder if they changed the format of the URL. So Node doesn't actually have an API. It has a tab file, but you kind of have to infer from the tab file what it's going to be. Oh, so back here, how did this? So some streams got crossed here, because there it says OSX, but here it says Darwin, and if I'm not mistaken, I bet they're tab. Oh no. I bet they changed the format of their tab files. So if we were to do, can we do index.tab on this? Okay. So let's see. OSX. Yeah. Oh, shoot, dog. Oh, shoot, dog. I'm a little confused about this. You know, I saw an issue on Webby pop up. I wonder if they're renaming their files or what's going on. It could have been a mistake that I made because we redid the node installer and I checked that I could still do the installs, but we may have some bad caches of information or something. Okay. So this concerns me. I'm a little confused on this. So we're 18. What the heck just happened? Are they right now renaming their files from OSX to Node? I'm just really confused. Hold on. I need to open an issue for this. ARM, OSX, ARM64, TAR. I think that maybe they're just going through a process of renaming everything. If I refresh, what are we looking at here? Okay, what was it that just worked then? Okay, maybe I can get a like an archive.org view of, I want to view a page, enter a URL or keywords. Let's try that. What was that 16 release? Let's try one that's kind of oldish. Okay, let's look at last month. Let's just take a look at this and see V20 was there or no. Okay, V20.1. That's Suxors. Okay, Darwin. Okay, it's been Darwin this whole time. So what about the tab file then? Where is it? Oh, crap. Really? So this is a bug we introduced. Okay, interesting. I wonder how I didn't catch that until just now. That doesn't really make sense. All right, well, I got to go fix that at some point. Okay, one more thing to check on that front, though. Want to make sure this does not get, yeah, this is correct. This does not give us the file name. We have to look up the file name separately. And do they have a .json as well? I don't think they do, but hey, they do now. Maybe we should adopt that instead. Do they include the file name with that? No, they do not. All right. Well. All right, let's get back to it then. Oh, and let me check comments. That's good. By the way, I used ChatGPT to help me with a coding robot that is controlled over the World Wide Web in Python code. It helps me save a ton of time, and I tested it and it works nicely. That's good. I guess maybe I should lighten up and be a little more excited about ChatGPT. I've even heard a few people that I respect for their existing ability to get stuff done. I found it helpful, and I found it helpful from time to time. I just typically don't try to write code with it. Okay, downloading. No, okay, I will have to fix that. That'll be one of my weekend projects. All right, but getting back to the task at hand. Oh, there's one time-sensitive message. It's getting a little warm in here. I need to get some more air. It's crazy that it's getting more warm later. This normally because the temperature's been going up, and it's not. And also because it's not that been that hot of a day. It's only been mid 90s. Last few days it's been mid hundreds. Okay, so all right, so with Dash keys. So my question was local opt foolish. I can't believe it. Can't believe I made a mistake this big. But I've mostly been working on Linux recently. No excuse. I should have tested this thoroughly. It's immature. It's terrible. Dang it! I thought I'd tested it well, but I think what had happened was that. No, I don't know how this could have happened. Because how did these things get downloaded? I'm so confused about this. So here's Webby. Node. Darwin. So the confusing thing is, how is this going to work? Oh, well. Okay, so we got that in place. We got the test in place, right? The thing I wanted to check was, will it run in the old version? But I can just do that with the workflow. We can do 18.x, 16.x. It's probably going to fail in a bunch of them. I could also run... Whoops. I don't want to run the lint because you get so many spurious errors. But I need to do basically I need to do a lighter weight lint for that. All right, so we got 2 down. All right, so dash phrase, I think, is the next one. Which... All right, I'm gonna open this up. And then, what do I do from here? Okay, I think... What branches do we have right now? Okay, so we're going to switch over to... Okay, test. Bumped. That's all we need right now. Test and thumped, right? Bump, CI test. Got it. Alright, so... That's what I'm really curious about. Is this actually passing the full test matrix? I'm very confused. How can this be passing the full test matrix? Oh. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. Let's take a look. Oh, whoops. There we go. I'm a little confused. We do have that pull request open, right? So it's if there's a pull request against it, is that what we're saying here? I'm a little confused. Okay, what is going on? So this one I expect to be failing for certain things. Okay, this is passing like I expect. Is there something that I need to do to turn this on that's been done in this repo specifically that hasn't been done in the other repos. Let's go back over to Dash keys for a second. Try to figure out. Okay, good. So this one has an X next to it, which is what I want to see. Okay, so for Dash keys, we're going to drop 16 and 18. Cool. That's great. Well, I mean, it's not great, but it's acceptable. It would kind of be nice if it just gave you the option for the... Let me see. Matrix node version, last 3 versions. This I will try asking ChatGPT on this one. I don't think that it's been around long enough. Okay, how do I configure a GitHub workflow to run on the latest, the 3 most recent versions of Node.js? Yeah, it doesn't have it. It doesn't know. It's copying and pasting a file, the file that I have, but from previous years. That's fine. Run. Okay, cool. So there it goes. All right, so let's check out dash phrase. And this. Okay. So dash keys and dash phrase are both on pull 17. Dash HD is on pull 35. And then dash TX. Let's see where that one's at. Okay, this was good. I'm going to go ahead and bring this in because this is actually already implemented anyway. Cool. All right, it's failing, but for the right reasons. Let's go ahead and not add that test yet. Oh, I think I remember this bug. I think what the bug is that global this.crypto exists in V18, but it doesn't expose web crypto, because Bun had the same bug, so it probably had something to do with the engine. Or I don't know. But I remember I filed a bug for Bun where it exposed node crypto as global this.crypto. No, it exposed web crypto as global this.crypto, but when you did a require node crypto, it gave you only node crypto and not web crypto, and it should have been giving both together on both, presumably. Okay. So it looks like this one completed, this one completed. But this one I'm a little confused about. Let's go check on this one again. Maybe it's because of this main thing? But I expect it to be failing some of these as well. So let's just go ahead and get rid of node 16 because that's just going to fail. Okay, I'm really confused. What's going on here? Why is this one not getting the checks that the other ones are getting? All of the other ones are running this, right? Is there something in the settings of this? Try to disable and then enable. What is going on here? I'm really confused. Anybody have an idea why is this not working? Why is this not on by default? I thought it used to be. Okay. All checks have passed. Very, very confused on this. It may very well just be one of those things where you just have to do it twice. Show all checks. Huh. So I added a test. Hey Jojo, I added a test for the same GitHub workflow file for everything. Oh, did it not go in the right folder? Hold on, maybe it didn't go in the right folder. I think that's it, because I think it needs to go under workflow. No, hold on. Oh, oopsie doopsie. Okay, so I see what's going on here. So it has to be in a folder called workflows. And I accidentally put it at the top level by mistake when I did my copy. Because I think I thought that I was copying the workflow folder, but it didn't copy it. I might have gotten my recursive CP function wrong. Or I may have just copied it from the wrong place. Anyway. There we go. All right, now let's see. Good. Good. Now we're failing on long-term support node, just like we always wanted to. But that's also so kind of weird. All right, well. We only support node 20 and above now. That's our thing. It's how we do. So I'm about to give you links to all of these issues, or all of these PRs. Why? Because I don't want to. I don't want to do the legacy test that does the dash phrase inject, because the only thing that we're testing is the ability to run this on old versions of Node, because there's so little software that's deployed, right? Well, old versions of Node, not old versions of Node. Non-bleeding edge versions of Node. Okay. Replaced by... Anyway. Alright, so that's the dash phrase one. I think that was the last one I was waiting on. So you have dash phrase. Oh, and then... I'll also give the link to the dash TX. Okay, there's dash HD. Okay, so let me just find the dash TX one here. And it looks like you've already approved everything. But I'm going to throw these up in the Discord just for general visibility in the Dev Talk channel. Okay. Blood, shaving blood? Shaving blood, razor blade blood? I don't know. What is that? What does that mean? You sent me a picture of blood and 2 pickles glued together. What does that mean? Actions will only work if it's in the main branch already. Bleeding edge. Oh, the bleeding edge. Got it. Got it. Okay, well, let me go fix a couple of these up. And I'm going to have to call it quits. Even though there's still more work to do. Maybe I could get on later tonight. I don't know. But I have to call it quits for dinner pretty soon, so... well, we'll see. If with whatever time I have left, I will continue to work on the Dash TX. I think that what I have, I think I can push. I'm not 100% certain. I think I can push it without breaking anything existing, but would I want somebody making a $10,000 transaction with the Legacy Create TX as it stands at this exact moment? No. No, I wouldn't want them to do that. Alright, so... All right. I'm going to call this minor. Only because nobody's using it. Yeah, node crypto should be removed from Dash TX. Is it still in there? Sorry, I got confused because I was working on something else maybe. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll remove that from here too. I will remove... I think I'll make another PR for that. I've got some examples for this, but I don't have a test for this. I'm going to have tests for this that are part of the CI/CD. But I will make a PR for that and maybe add a... I just need to add a test that uses the hash and sign all. And I think I could just make that with the Zoomonic. Or a one-off. Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks for the reminder on that. Wait, did I just do the bump? I did do the bump. So we're going to publish that one. Come on, load already. There's something seriously wrong with my internet. At some point, DNS queries became slow. And I don't know when or why. Or what part. I probably just, again, need to redo my home network stuff from top to bottom. I just don't want to do that. I don't ever want to do it again. So originally this was called Drop Legacy Node because I was only going to drop Legacy Node, and then I found out that it doesn't even work in LTS. But whatever. Whoops. Every once in a while, still accidentally type Vim instead of VI. Not too often, but occasionally. Technically, the dash keys bump should have been a... I think I'm actually going to delete this. Okay, let's make sure that dash keys is still passing all the things with the current commits. Right. That's good. All right, catch you later. Adios. Okay, dash phrase also has this. Dash keys. It's going to be fine. Oops. There we go. Okay. So dash phrase is ready to go mainstream. Not really sure what this is about. Untracked files. CLI is going to have to be updated again anyway. Why is it saying my directory is not clean? All right, that's good. Okay, there we go. I think I'd pushed the wrong branch. All right, I need to have a different... Dash TX. Okay, so what I need to do here then is package.json. What is utils.js? Okay. What is test.8? Meh. Let's see. And then what do I need to do here? Oh, I was thinking about renaming this to block TX. Because we could replace dash with block and then everything else stays the same, essentially. And I think there's a few of these things that need to be updated. Yeah, I don't think I like that very much. Private key hex. Then when it goes to sign. Okay, so px dash p pta at 1 pta tests star.js. I think that's it. I don't understand this. I just totally don't get how it's saying pass 0. All right, but let's just check and see what happens if I do this. It's really important that the status code is correct. Okay, and that is correct. So that's really all that I care about at this point in time, is that it tracks the status code of the output. Okay. Hmm. All right, this all looks good. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right. We should have very few changes except for that we're adding a file and renaming a file. Okay, so with that, we're going to do an npm run bump minor, and we're going to push this up. All right, and so it is. This is published. So we've completely dropped support for so let me just put this in here. Whoa, what'd I do? Oh. Okay, so with that, I guess I'm ready to close this out. So I am eager to actually finish up with the transaction thing. Alright, with this, I think I'm ready to get out of there. Legacy date, so that's all good and done. Okay, I'm eager to get to this. But it's time for me to go. Yes, sweetie? All right, I am getting off right now. Hold on. Let me get off and come in. All right. Out. Nope, don't take my stuff. Don't take my stuff. Out. I'm coming. Yeah, give me. Cool. Okay. But with that, I'm off. Adios.